Hello, happy Saturday, and welcome back to my channel. Today is my last day of spookathon. I have decided it is 3 p.m. and I'm just not having the best time. It has nothing to do with spookathon. I'm just kind of like going through it, and I feel like I need to respect that and take it easy. I feel like I don't share a ton about my like personal life and stuff, and I probably won't ever really do that just because I don't think it's that interesting, but I'm not having the best time right now, and I just want to read books unencumbered by having to document it, mostly because I just don't think it's super fun for people to watch me be sad. And I don't feel like it's super entertaining when I'm sad to talk. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I'm not having a good time. This is the last day of vlogging, but I'm really trying to rally and turn this weekend around because I want to have a good time. Like, I want to have a good weekend and do things. And that's why I'm in my car, because I am going to go to my local Goodwill and my local Half Price Books and see what books I can find, because I was already planning on doing this, and it's definitely going to cheer me up a lot to get to like search through books and see if I can find anything good. The cool thing is that apparently my local Goodwill, we just moved a couple of months ago and I haven't really gotten to check out the different thrift stores around here, but apparently our local Goodwill is almost entirely books, is what I read online, which is really awesome because I go to Goodwill for like other stuff too, obviously, but it's just nice to know that I have like another kind of thrifting book option around me, so I'm excited to check that out and see if they have anything good. Hopefully it's like good titles, because if it's just a lot of stuff but it's not good, that wouldn't be good. I cannot talk today. Yeah, so that's mostly my game plan. I don't know if I'll vlog while I'm in stores. I don't know, that always makes me uncomfortable, but I'm definitely going to like show you guys if I get anything while I am in my car, you know. Before we go, I thought I would update you guys on where I'm at in The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I think I only have 2 hours of the audiobook left, and by that I mean like I have 6 hours of the audiobook left, but I listen to audiobooks on 3 times speed. So I'm enjoying it. I like that there's sort of like not a treasure hunt component, but there is a mystery that our main character is trying to solve on top of trying to figure out what happened to her friends that went missing. So I'm really liking that. I like that it's kind of a layered thing. I don't think this is gonna be life-changing. I think the reveal is gonna be stupid, most likely, but like I'm having a good time right now, so I'll take it. That's kind of where I'm at. My goal for today, besides obviously like going shopping, is I want to finish The Last Time I Lied, I want to finish Strange Grace, and I need to start and finish The Whisper Man. That audiobook will only take me 3 hours, so I don't think that's going to be a super big struggle. And since I only have 2 hours of The Last Time I Lied, I think we'll be good. Like, I think I'll have enough time to get everything done, because I do have a lot of time. Hayden has both practice and a show tonight, so he's going to be gone. I won't have like people to spend time with, so I'll have plenty of time to read. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and head to our first stop, and hopefully I'll find some good gems. Okay, so the first location was sort of a bust. I really thought that this like Goodwill bookstore would be better than it was. There really wasn't that much there, and most of the stuff were really backlist titles, which is super strange to me because I feel like if you're going to go to the effort of having a specific Goodwill bookstore, you would have someone who like kind of knows books and would try to stock the best books at this location. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Goodwill is like sort of sophisticated. I mean, I know that I've purchased books on Amazon before through Goodwill booksellers, so I know that it's more than just like, oh, whatever we get in donations, if that makes sense. Like, they distribute things, so you figure they would have a better distribution system to where like if you're gonna have a bookstore, you'd have better books. But anyway, not a huge deal. I'm gonna go and peruse my local half-priced books. It's big, it's got a large selection, and I want to spend some money, so let's go. Okay, so I am back from my half-price books expedition. I ended up getting some really good stuff that I'm excited about and kind of turned my day around, so I'll show you guys what that stuff is. Nugget's trying to dig in the bag right now. So these first two that I have are books that I definitely wouldn't have picked up on my own accord, but I picked them up for a video that I'm working on that will be taking me a long ass time to finish. It'll be up sometime in 2020, but I picked up Janine Frost's Once Burned. Sorry if you hear bag crinkling. The boys get really excited about bags, and I got one from Half Price Books. This, I'm assuming, is some sort of paranormal romance. Oh, Greatest Vampire Legend. Hell yeah. Okay, so this is a vampire romance. I'm actually excited about this one. And then Beard to You by Sylvia Day. This is a book that I have read before. It's in her Crossfire series, and this is very comparable, I would say, to 50 Shades of Grey, which, like, no, not the best, but this is like the better written and I think better thought out of the 2 series. Anyway, these 2 are for a video I'm excited to get started on. I filmed the intro for it a couple weeks ago, and I haven't made much leeway because I've been like prepping for other videos and I have a lot of stuff in the works. But anyway, the other 3 books that I got, there's more than 3, but I got Graceling by Kristen Kishore. Really enjoyed this book when I first read it back in the day. There's not much more to say, I feel like, about this one. It's a fantasy, and I believe it's a younger, skewing young adult fantasy. I remember really enjoying this. I liked the romantic relationship, and I liked that I believe this is a fantasy that has like a journey component to it. Like, she ends up, the main character, Katza, the main character has to like travel, and I normally don't like that in fantasy books, but I remember really enjoying it in this one. So I really want to revisit this soon, and this is one that I'm glad that I purchased. I don't know how to, I'm gonna do a whole video soon on books that I purchased after reading. To me, that is a sign of a book that I truly love. It's like if I have read it in a different form and then purchased it for my own library, because I'm not someone who does that a whole lot. I know that's very common for a lot of other people, but not something that I do. So I'm gonna do a video on like the 5 to 10 books that I have purchased after reading, so this is one of them. Other 2 books that I got are books that I was kind of looking for. First one is Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. This I've heard a few different people talking about. They were talking about it in one of my group chats, so I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. Like, sounds interesting. I don't know much about this one. For some reason, I feel like there's a kind of a Groundhog Day situation, but I could be wrong on that. I just know it has something to do with memories and trying to figure out what happened to someone. I don't know, it seems interesting. I think it's like a young adult thriller, so excited to give this one a try. And then the last one I got is a signed copy, which is really cool. I was on the lookout for some A.S. King books. I want to read more of her stuff and have it for my library. This is Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future. I think this is probably not one of her like better known, better rated ones from what I know, but I'm excited to read it, to get to it. And it's yellow, which is fun. It'll look nice on my shelves. And then the last 2 books I got, I'm so excited about. I don't think they're like I mean, they're collectible for sure, but I don't think there's like any inherent value in them. I just happened to look online a while ago and I could only find these books for $200 each, and I found them for $14 each when I was at Half Price Books. So I'll show you guys. I put them on my shelf already. It's not like organized exactly how I want it to be, but I ended up getting Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. These are signed copies. All 4 of these are signed. I don't know what edition these are, but they're like cloth bound, and yeah, it's just nice having all of them. I wish I still had my original copies of Twilight, but it's just nice to have 2 sets, because eventually me and Hayden are going to finish the Dumb Bitch Book Club and read all of these, so it's nice to have 2 copies. Also, like, I'm just a hoe for Twilight, so it's nice having the whole completed set, both in just the regular hardcover and in the signed editions. It's like 5:30 now, and Zoe just texted me and said that she is starting the audiobook for The Whisper Man, and I decided that I was going to join her, so I'm going to do that, I think, first. I was going to try and finish the audiobook of The Last Time I Lied first, but I think I'm going to do this one. I'm also just like really tempted to go to the gym. I feel like that would really be cathartic. When I'm having a bad time, I like to go lift heavy weights. It just makes me feel better. So I may or may not do that tonight. I'll obviously tell you guys if I do. But until then, what I think I'm going to do is just pop in some headphones and clean my house and listen to The Whisper Man. And I will update you guys as I'm reading. I know little to nothing about this except for children are involved. And some guy like whispers in children's ears or whispers in their window. I don't know. It sounds spooky as hell, but I'm really excited to get into that one. So let's do it. If you guys like that little cleaning montage, I'm actually really glad with the progress I've made in cleaning my house and also listening to audiobooks. It's always my like game plan to listen to audiobooks while I clean, and it just never happens, but I actually did that this time. So I am about 20 to 24% into The Whisper Man. And it's good, but the audiobook, I'm not sure that I'd recommend it because I think it is a little bit confusing. The narrator has an excellent accent, like I love his British accent, but the issue that I have with it is that there's two different points of view. One is from a detective's point of view and one is from a father's point of view, and he doesn't do different voices for either of them. So it takes you a couple of minutes into each chapter to realize whose voice he's speaking in, like what point of view it is, which is super irritating in my opinion. But the story itself is pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm not like super creeped out so far. The story is essentially about this guy who abducted and murdered young boys a few years ago. I don't know how many years back it was, to be honest. I'm not listening that hard, but he was put in jail, put in there by a detective, and it's present day and there's more murders happening, or abductions at least happening. They think it is either a copycat killer or it was the guy in jail's partner. That's sort of where we're at now. And the other point of view, besides the detective, is a father who says that his son, or at least he's figuring out that his son is being talked to by this whisper man, which essentially is just a guy who creeps around houses and whispers to young children through their doors and windows. So love that. I feel like I'm terrible at explaining this book, but I think a lot of people know what it is because I think a lot of people are reading it for spookathon. So if you're interested, look it up on Goodreads because I'm shit at explaining apparently. It's like good. I don't have any strong feelings about it. I think my game plan now is to get back into the Riley Sager because I only have 2 hours of that one left. And I'm a little bit more invested at this point, so I'm gonna do that. And then I really do want to finish The Whisper Man, so I think I probably will try to do that tonight too. I don't think I'm gonna get to Strange Grace, which sucks. I think I'm going to carry this vlog into tomorrow morning as I try to finish Strange Grace. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you like this? So anyway, I'm going to update you guys after I finish Last Time I Lied, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I have gotten a lot accomplished since we last spoke. I finished Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and I ended up giving it 3 stars. It's funny because as I was rating it, I was like in the epilogue, and I was like, surely like this isn't gonna be anything special, but the epilogue was fucking epic. Like it was so good, but I don't think that it really is going to impact my rating of the story as a whole, just because overall the reveal wasn't that great. Oh my god, the crickets are so loud tonight, so I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. I live in the country. But yeah, overall it was really good, and I'm definitely not upset that I listened to it. I will say that if you're looking for something that really gets into the psychology of characters and you like that sort of thriller, this probably isn't for you. It's very quick for sure, but I don't think that there's a whole lot of character development or insight into what people are thinking, I guess. Like we get insight into our main character's thoughts clearly, but it's definitely just not a psychological thriller. So that's just something to keep in mind. It was good, but it's not something that was spectacular, and that's kind of exactly what I had expected and wanted, I guess. Also, decided to DNF The Whisper Man. I listened to another 20 minutes and I was spacing so bad. That doesn't happen to me very often when I read audiobooks. And actually someone asked me recently if I could do a video on how to like stay engaged in audiobooks, which I thought was like kind of a cool idea, but I don't think it would warrant an entire video. I'll just tell you right now, I usually play games on my phone that are super mindless while I listen to an audiobook, or I'll like mindlessly scroll through like Tumblr or just the internet in general. That tends to keep me focused on the story, especially if the story is engaging, but The Whisper Man, not engaging, and I've gotten pretty good at knowing when a story isn't engaging anymore when I listen to audios. So yeah, just not for me. It was definitely a detective type story, which, okay, it's super weird because I absolutely adore the Cormoran Strike series by J.K. Rowling, which is definitely like the slowest fucking moving detective story ever. He's a private investigator, and those are super slow. I think what I don't enjoy is when I go into a story expecting it to be a mystery thriller and I get a detective story built in, because in The Whisper Man you get 2 points of view. One is from like the person who it's happening to, and then one from the detective. It's just not exciting to me. The detective's always some boring white guy. I say always, I've only read 2 stories like this, but from what I gather, this is something that's like pretty typical of the genre, and I just that's not for me. So I'm learning my specific what I do and don't like about thrillers, so I guess that's good. I had to move locations because my AC kicked on, but now the crickets are louder, so I don't really know what the solution is. What I was trying to say is that I'm sad that I had to DNF that book because I really wanted to read 7 books in 5 days. 6 days? 7 days? I don't know. I wanted to read 7 books for this readathon, but it seems like I'm only gonna get to 6, which isn't like the biggest deal, it's fine. But I just got the audiobook for Strange Grace from Scribd. I could just read it physically, but I really want to power through it. Like, I don't know if I'll finish it tonight. I'll definitely get farther in it, which is good. It gives me more time to get that done, and that way I have less to do tomorrow. I have other fun videos coming this month that I really want to get out, so I really need tomorrow to be able to start on those. That's that. Mostly just chilling with my cats and listening to audiobooks, and I will update you guys when I'm a little bit further into Strange Grace. Yes? Isn't that right, Nugget? Nugget? I love you. Okay, so I listened to, I don't know how many pages of the book that was, but a lot. I listened to about 60 pages worth of Strange Grace, and I'm still enjoying it. Not a lot happened in that 60 pages, so I don't have that much to tell you guys, but I think that's where I'm gonna stop for tonight. I am just honestly like dying to read some romance, so I'm gonna indulge myself for the last like hour and a half that I'm up, but I'll check in with you guys tomorrow as I finish Strange Grace. But yeah, I never know how to end these clips. Okay, sorry for any loud noises. I hope you guys liked, again, that little montage-y sped up thing. I decided to work on my reading journal, which I haven't been very good at like maintaining, but I'm trying to use it more because it keeps me organized, obviously. And I ate my breakfast and I listened to the audiobook of Strange Grace, and now I am 236 pages into it. It was getting a little confusing though, because we're getting some sort of like dream sequences and or flashbacks, so it's kind of hard to differentiate between the two in an audiobook, so I picked up the physical book again, and I think I'm going to read until the next chapter header and then listen to the audiobook for the last part of the book, if that makes sense. I decided to pick up my camera right now though because I don't know how to describe how much I love this book. It's really good. It's definitely not for everybody. The writing is a little flowery and the story itself is not super compelling. I don't want to say it's not compelling because I'm enjoying it, but I'm just really liking the nuance to the characters. Okay, so the character that I was super hung up on last time I really talked to you guys about this book, his name is Arthur, and like I said, he was disguised as a girl for a really long time and he liked his identity as a girl. He didn't realize that he was a boy, and then he tried to really fight back against the fact that he had been a girl, was trying to really be as masculine as possible, try to win this competition to fight the devil. It seems like after visiting the forest for the first time, so that, I mean, they end up going into the forest. I don't think that's a spoiler. You'll understand more if you read it. The book's confusing, so I don't think saying any of this stuff is really going to spoil your experience. When he comes out, his mindset is so different. He says, "What I am is not for you to decide." That's an internal thought that he has. He remembers thinking only the slaughter moon reminds everyone of their place 2 nights ago at the sacrificed feast, but it isn't the bargain, it's fear, not of the devil, but fear of change, fear of doing anything different that might cause a ripple and bring it all down, fear of a little boy in a dress because he didn't fit into the structure of town or the rules. There was never anything wrong with Arthur. There wasn't. And I like that he is understanding that he can be both. He can enjoy femininity and he can also still be a boy if he wants to. He can express himself however he wants to. And he's also accepting his attraction to Reen, which is spelled R-H-U-N, and is apparently a Welsh name, so that's fun. The audiobook really threw me off though, because I was like, who the hell are they saying? I thought it was Rune, but it's Reen, apparently. I don't think I'm doing a very good job at describing this, but I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get back into it. Okay, so I officially have finished Strange Grace by Tessa Gratton, and I think I'm going to give this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was super excellent. The only complaint that I have, and the only reason I'm giving this 4 stars as opposed to 5, is that I wanted there to be a little bit more of an ending. I mean, it was definitely concluded and wrapped up nicely, and just the sort of ending I like, so why am I complaining? I wish the town had undergone more of a reformation, because you could see characters kind of stepping outside of the gender binary, and it would have been cool to see the town understand the error of their ways a little bit more. So that would have been the only thing that would have really, I think, bumped this up to 5 stars. And overall, I think the story is just kind of confusing, much like the Raven Boys and the, what is it, Raven Cycle? I don't know, whatever that fucking series is called. So if you liked those books and you enjoy fantasy, I think you will really enjoy this. It's a slightly more fantastical take on that. There's a spooky forest, sacrifices, people that are dead but not really dead. I don't know. It's really cool. I liked this a lot. This is a book that I definitely want to reread to fully grasp even more. I think I'll get more out of it the more that I read it. I didn't get to like annotate this, and I'm not a big annotator, but I think I would like to go in and annotate this. But that pretty much concludes my spookathon. I cannot believe I have vlogged daily this long. I have never been successful at daily vlogging. I've only tried it twice. This is my 2nd attempt, and I think I did a pretty good job in terms of getting shit posted. I'm sorry that this week was not more exciting and that I wasn't more exciting, but that's life, right? So I thought before I leave, I could tell you guys where each book fits in with the spookathon prompts, because I feel like I completed the readathon fairly well. So first prompt was read a thriller. For that, I'm counting An Anonymous Girl by Sarah Pekkanen and Greer Hendricks. And then for Red on the Cover, I picked Strange Grace. Spooky word in the title, I did Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. Spooky setting, I did The Last Time I Lied, because, you know, like, the summer camp's kind of spooky. And then for wouldn't normally read, you could either put The Couple Next Door or I Let You Go in that category, because I don't really like domestic thrillers that much, I have discovered, so that's definitely outside of my comfort zone. So that's it. Those are all the books I read. I hope this was not too boring. I feel like this particular daily vlog was better than the rest, but I don't know. You be the judge of that. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I hope you guys had an amazing spookathon. Again, I'd love to know in the comments down below what you're reading and or what your favorite read of spookathon was. I definitely want to start reading more thrillers and more scary stuff year round, so I'd love to know what you guys enjoyed. But now I'm gonna go get started on a new video, an exciting video. That's it. I love you guys so much, and until next time.